Hello and welcome to this session. I want to share some very important updates about the September 2024 cohort of our Virtual Internship Program at the PlenipotentCo Network. For those of you that are joining us live, feel free to post in the chat at any point in time. I will personally respond, okay, in the chat, okay? And for those of you that will be watching the recording, feel free to use our contact form. But in any case, make sure that you listen to everything I am going to say. And if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask. For those of you that are joining live, just ask in the chat. And for those of you that will watch the recording, use the contact form. Our team will get back to you. Okay, now let me even start straight away with the three main things that we want to achieve with the internship program. We want to help you achieve three things. And this is in line with what I already shared in my initial overview of the program. The first thing we want to help you achieve is personal transformation. A lot of people want to become something, you want to become this. You know, there is much more to you than what you currently are. Or you know you have maximized the current level you are at and you want to move to another level. For example, you are a recent graduate, you just finished school. That means you have maximized that level, you are finished undergraduate. So you want to move to the next level of, okay, maybe an entry level job, something. But you can even now grow far beyond that. For example, some of you listening to Tochukwu, we're going to invite some of the other past participants to speak with you and share their experience. Now, in Tochukwu's case, when he got his first job, like straight from NYC. He hadn't even done NYC when he joined the internship. Now, when he had his first job, straight after the internship and some of the things he shared, his salary, his first salary was more than my own salary. Me that have been working for how many years, and I'm the one that provided the platform, initially, to help him and all of that. Do you understand? So you don't even have to earn entry level salary. You understand? Now the point is that he has become a different kind of person. He was no longer that young graduate that anybody could just look down on. He was still young. He is still young, okay, but nobody could look down on him. Just like Paul told Timothy, he said, "Let no man despise your youth." A lot of youth these days, a lot of young people will have to despise your youth because you don't have value to add. You cannot make any positive contribution. Okay, you just see them twerking on TikTok. Okay, responding in various ways. For example, you will be surprised. We've got a lot of fantastic comments, feedback about the program because goal is that even if you don't end up working with us, we want to invest in you. But you will be surprised that some people have entirely negative attitude. For example, somebody said, when we said, okay, watch videos so that you can learn, understand what we do as a company, see if this is a good fit for you. Somebody said, okay, nice strategy to drive, YouTube traffic. And I was like, seriously, the channel is not even monetized. If you care to know, that it's not like there is anything wrong in monetizing it. I probably would do that later, but I wasn't even thinking of that. It's not even monetized. I'm not getting anything from watching the videos. So instead of just watching cat videos, watching movies that will not do anything for you. So if we ask you to watch something that will change your life, that will benefit your life, is that too much to ask? Okay, so just to let you know why some people will just not be successful in life, because the attitude is even fundamentally wrong. So for you to even achieve what you are looking to achieve, you have to first become a different kind of person. Personal transformation, okay, and that is the first thing that we want to help you achieve. You can look at it this way. It's like the difference between a butterfly and a caterpillar. They have the same DNA. The DNA of the caterpillar is the DNA of the butterfly. The caterpillar has it in itself to become a butterfly, but until it sequesters itself from the external environment, okay, and builds a cocoon around itself and digests itself. I want to encourage you, do that study. Maybe you did biology in school, most people did, but even if you did not, just do the study. You can do your own research, you can Google it, and you can also use ChatGPT as a research assistant and ask about metamorphosis. Okay, how does a caterpillar become a butterfly? You will be amazed at the work that goes into it, how the caterpillar has to build, spin a cocoon around itself, consume a lot during that period, like a lot of consumption, eat food, and then separate itself from the external environment, and eventually it will digest itself, okay, for it to now eventually become a butterfly that is beautiful, that can fly, that can cause pollination. A caterpillar is destructive. And many young people are destructive. They enter a place, they just spoil things. And it's not that they want to, they just don't have the experience. We're working on a project recently, like when I say recently, it's just, in fact, we have not finished the project, okay? But the set of people that worked on it before I will have to take over, they just finished it just Okay, today I'm making this presentation. They just finished it a few days before this presentation. Okay, and to be honest, I was surprised at what one of them did. The person was almost going to ruin the project, but we saw that it was a sincere mistake. The person didn't know better. You understand? It was a sincere, but I was initially, everybody was like, what is this? We wanted to even say the person should not work on the project anymore. But we found that it was a sincere mistake. The person didn't know any better. She did not mean any harm or any evil. And that's the way a lot of young people are, because they don't have the experience, they don't have the exposure, and they have not put themselves in places where they could learn. When they are supposed to be learning, they are calling themselves CEO all over the place. Now, I went through some of the applications and I saw somebody on LinkedIn. When I read the profile, I was like, really? This is somebody that just finished school, does not even have 1 year experience, and the kind of thing the person wrote is lie. There is no other way to say it. It's a pure lie. Okay, experience this and that. Okay, expert in this, and I said, interesting. You don't need all of that. Say it the way it is. Put it in a nice way. For example, if you say someone is a cook and someone is a chef, it's the same thing. Chef may sound nicer, but you are not lying. You understand? You can say it in a nice way, but you don't have to lie. You don't have to, put up a lot of things. When people now discover who you really are, it now becomes an issue. Like, so there isn't even so much to you after all. You understand? So you want to move from that caterpillar to butterfly. A caterpillar is destructive, because that's just the stage it's in. It's supposed to be consuming. That's why we're bringing you to the internship program. Before, what we used to do is, okay, we got interns because, okay, they could work on projects and all of that. No, we don't do that anymore. We are bringing you into the internship program because we want to help you. We want to train you. We will give you projects to work on, but all of the projects are optional. We're working on our own projects. We're not making money from your contributions. We rather want to make money for you. But as we are making money for you, then we are also capturing value in return. Like I've told you before, as an entrepreneur, as anybody that wants to be a productive person, you need to know how to create value, communicate value, capture value in return. So we have to capture value in return. And you also have to capture value in return, okay, from all of the investments you are making in yourself, from these sessions and all of that. And like I said, please listen to the entire thing, because you will discover some amazing things that will totally transform your life, okay? Now, and we're not going to take everybody. So what you are going to learn from this video will help you to decide if you really still want to proceed, and if you are going to be one of the few that will eventually be chosen, because many are called, few are chosen. That's just the way life is. And like I said before, the few that are chosen, they choose themselves. It's not the people that will say, it's not the people in charge that will say that no, we don't want this person. It's because of the way that person has conducted himself or herself, and then that person will be rejected. Then some other person will conduct themselves differently, and people will be eager to have them. Do you understand? Okay, so we want you to move from that level of being a destructive caterpillar, okay, to becoming a productive butterfly. When you understand a bit of biology, you know that butterfly carries out pollination, okay, and it is pollination that makes us have, harvest. You understand? Okay, if there is no pollination, plants will not bring forth the fruits that they are supposed to bring forth. You understand? But the DNA of the butterfly and the DNA of the caterpillar is the same. The only difference is that the caterpillar has gone through a personal transformation process and become a different kind of person. For example, I have become a different kind of person, and for every new level you are aspiring to, you have to become the kind of person that can occupy that new level. If I tell you now that I am a deep introvert, not just an introvert, a very, 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 very deep introvert, I am naturally shy, very, very shy, naturally. How many of you will believe that? But that's the truth. But I have to overcome all of that. I have to become a different kind of person to do the things that I know that God has called me to do. Do you understand? But those things don't happen by chance. They happen by deliberate effort, by a deliberate system and process. It's just like you want to bake cake. There is a process for baking cake. If you use the process for cooking rice to bake your cake, you will spoil it and waste the materials. You understand? Even cake, there are different kinds of cake. Okay, if you want to bake a maybe fruit cake, it's different from a wedding cake. I don't know all those things, but you know what I mean. So you have to follow the process. And instead of doing trial and error, some people have already done the trial and error. They have the experience. Leverage on that. Simplify your life. Accelerate your success. Do you understand? So that's the first thing we are offering, personal transformation. And we have specific things you are going to do that will help you achieve it. Let me tell you one of those things now. One of those things is that we are going to write a personal life plan. That's why we're giving you free access to my book, Success on Autopilot. Okay? What we used to do before, and we are still going to do it. So I'm telling you now so that you understand. Like, life is too important for you to take it with levity. And you either attack it like, yes, I want to become something in life, or you chicken out and you just take life as it comes and you live your life to chance. But you should not live your life to chance. A life is too precious to waste. Do you understand? So the first thing is we are going to create a personal life plan. And when you read my book, Success on Autopilot, and we're giving you free access to it, okay, you will know how to create a personal life plan. And I will personally review all of the life plans of the people that are admitted. I will personally review, and I will be your coach. I will volunteer to be your coach for free, assist you, help you, whatever it is you put there that you want to achieve, you will achieve it by God's grace, because we have the grace of God at work in our lives, and we are ready to do the work. Just like Paul. Paul says that even though I'm the least of the apostles, I labored more than them all, yet not I, but the grace of God. He was ready to labor. Because he was ready to labor, he attracted God's grace to make it happen. So whatever you have imagined, whatever you want to achieve, it is possible. I can tell you, because I have seen it in my own life. Where I am today is far beyond what I had imagined, far beyond. And this is just the beginning. So I know how to become what you want to become. By God's grace, I've learned it, and I'm becoming another thing right now again. I'm always in that process of becoming, so I can help you. And my other colleagues, you have listened to Ene also. She's going to be working with me, and a few other people, and we're going to even be inviting mentors, okay, from different fields, okay, to also speak with you and to help you and to coach you, not just speaking with you. Some of them will be on the workspace with you. If you have questions, you can ask them, okay, especially those of you that are looking to maybe enter some professional fields. There are some fields that they call professional fields. Maybe like you're an accountant, you're a lawyer, and you need personalized advice in that area, okay? Or you want to work with one of the big four, and you want to speak with someone, inside, okay, to know what happens, and maybe even get a recommendation. We just want to help you. That is all. Okay, listen to what I said, everything I said in the overview, then listen to this also and make up your mind. Okay, and so that's the first thing, personal transformation. For you to become the kind of person that can achieve the goals you want to achieve, that can do the things you want to do, that can do the things that God has called you to do. So it's a case of be, do, have. But people usually reverse the order. They put the cart before the horse. They want to first have, then they want to do, then they want to be. No, you first have to be, then you do, then you have. If you don't first become that kind of person, you cannot do the kind of things that you need to do to have what you want to have. For example, you want to have a job, and a lot of people are, I want a job, and you are going after. You don't start with having. You start with becoming. Okay, become the kind of person that can do that job that you want. Okay, then you can now do the things that will make it clear that yes, you can do the job. Then you can now have the job. Do you understand? You want to get married, become the kind of person that can get married. For example, me, I was very impatient. Now I'm still impatient, but I'm better. I'm telling you, this is practical. It's practical. You get transformed. I'm still impatient, but I'm better. I'm like a lot better. But I was very impatient before that. I would say so. And then the way I talk, I just say it as it is. And sometimes I will talk for you to know what I'm saying about personal transformation. And when during courtship, then I would say some things, and my fiancée, then now my wife, she would be crying, and I'll be like, what did I say? Why are you crying? If you know that this is how you'll be crying, go and look for somebody else to marry you, because me, this is how I am. This is how I am. So that you will not say somebody is making you to cry. This is how I am. That was, but you cannot build a marriage that way. So I have to change. Do you understand? And that's why Jesus Christ told Nicodemus, when Nicodemus came to meet him, he said, what can we do? Or what should we do? And all of that, And Jesus said, you must be born again. Okay, he said, except a man is born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God. And I've told you, the Bible is not a religious book. It's a book of life strategies. So Jesus was telling him that this thing you want to achieve, you cannot achieve it the way you are. You have to become a different kind of person. Because Nicodemus didn't understand. He was saying, okay, do I have to enter my mother's womb and be born again? Jesus said no. And then Jesus explained to him. So I'm saying to you must be born again. And I'm not saying it in a religious sense. I'm saying that you must become a different kind of person to achieve what you want to achieve. Let me give you another example of being born again. Because right now I am born again, and I'm going to be born again and again. Now, because there are some things I want to achieve. So I've set a target for myself, and I just had to remove every distraction. Some of you would have noticed, for example, that the way I dress in my videos is almost the same in all of the videos. Okay, now it is deliberate. Some of you will think it's personal branding. That is an extra result of it. Okay, some of you think of personal branding. Yes, that might be one of the results, but that's not the intent. The intent, when I wanted to start this thing, I knew that okay, I will be doing this thing for a long time, doing videos. Okay, is it every time that I'll look up, so which clothes do I need to wear today? There's something called categorical decision making. You make a decision, and then you make that decision once and for all. Okay, so that it's not every time you are taking that action that you are now having to make decisions, and that causes decision fatigue. The energy you should use for productivity, you are using it to make trivial decisions. So now I don't have to think of what to wear. Whenever I need to have videos, I have the kind of clothes that I wear, and and when you look at most successful people, they are like that. Someone like Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, for example, she always wears her Ankara, the same style, of course, different designs, but the same style. Someone like Mark Zuckerberg, I don't know if he has changed now because I've not been on Facebook for a long time, but he has a t-shirt that is that same kind of t-shirt every time. Someone like Bishop Oyedepo, he has, and look at all professionals. That's why they have uniforms. All professionals have uniforms. When you see a policeman, he's a policeman by the uniform. When you see a clergyman, like the standard clergy, not our modern pastors, even our modern pastors, there is a way they dress without wearing the cassock and all of that. And this person is a pastor. Okay, when you see a nurse, even a doctors that don't have uniform, they have their overalls. When you see engineers, so every professional, they have uniform. And when I was younger, I used to say that no, I'm not going to do any profession that requires wearing uniform, because I wore uniform primary school, secondary school, everywhere uniform. And then when I have my after graduating again, I will still be wearing uniform. I said no, I'm not going to be wearing uniform. But you know what? Aristotle said something. I wrote it down. He said freedom is obedience to self-formulated rules. So the idea is not to like say no, I'm not going to do this. The idea is that you are the one setting the rules. Somebody doesn't set the rules for you that this is the uniform you must wear and all of that. Okay, now so I've set a rule for myself now. Okay, and if you don't set rules for yourself and build boundaries around your life, you cannot achieve much. You understand? So now I have a uniform. In fact, when I was the day my son was asking, "Why you always wearing this same time?" I said, "Oh, I explained this thing that I'm explaining to you. I explained to him that professionals, they have uniform. What do you ask them? When you see a policeman, the same clothes he wore today is what he wears tomorrow. When you see an engineer, the same, when you see a nurse, and all of it, do you question them that why? Or maybe you see your priest, the same, castle can. Do you say that why are they, you understand? Or professors in the universities during all of the ceremonial functions, they have their academic gown. Do you understand? So now I have removed that, having to decide, oh, should I wear this? Oh, should I wear that? And that is one of the ways to achieve personal transformation. Okay, so another example, I have made up my mind. There is a goal I've set for myself, and I've made up my mind that I'm not going to go outside 3-kilometer radius of my house. So anybody that is inviting me for an event and it is outside 3-kilometer radius of my house, you have to send a car to come and pick me, or you send money for, you make provision for maybe a boat ride or whatever. You understand? Or maybe, and if it is outside Ibadan, then you make provision for flights also. If it is outside, it is further than Lagos. If it's Lagos, I can go by road, but you have to make the car available. The car will come and pick me and will drop me. If I have to come by myself, I'm not coming. Now that is categorical decision making. Someone gave me an invitation card 2 days ago, and I was thinking, should I go to this event? Then I remember that I'm not going to anywhere beyond 3-kilometer radius of my house. Okay, so I already know I'm not going for that event. So, and if anybody gets angry, they get angry. It is not your business. Your own business is to fulfill your purpose in life, not to make people happy. You understand? And in the end, it is fulfilling your purpose that will actually make people happy. Look at Jesus, for example. Jesus wasn't, trying to make people happy. When he was teaching, and then they came to tell him that, oh, your mother and your brothers are looking for you, and they expected him to come out. He said, who are my mother? Who are my brothers? These people here, they are my. And then he continued what he was doing. Do you understand? That is how to live if you want to maximize your life. But you cannot do that if you have not been transformed, because everybody starts from the level of socialized mind. Okay, you are thinking, what will people say if I do this? Okay, if I'm always wearing the same clothes, what will they say? Okay, if I say I'm not coming to the event, what will they say? Okay, and that's why you need to have control over your life. But if you are a regular employee, okay, you can't control your life. You cannot. They will tell you must come to work at this time. You have to go. They will tell you have to, except, but if you're an entrepreneur in that organization, you will make your own choices. There is this professor, Clayton Christensen. I almost forgot his name. Clayton Christensen. He was a professor in Harvard Business School, and he shared some of his experience. He wrote many powerful books, but one of them is Measure Your Life. Read that book. Now, he mentioned how when he got a job, and then they were saying, okay, you must come on Saturdays and all of that. He told them, he said, sir, he was not yet a professor then. He was a normal, simple. He was maybe entry level, but he was not a regular employee. He was an entrepreneur. He had value to add, and he knew what he carried. He politely, respectfully said, sir, sorry, I can only, I'm not coming on Saturday. Saturday is for my family. Then they went back and said, okay, no problem. And then they came again and said, okay, how about Sunday? We said, no, Saturday is for family, Sunday is for God. I can only work Monday to Friday. How many people can say? Many people just rush. Okay, you also heard the experience of Tochukwu, which he shared himself, how he got offers from Deloitte, Stanbic, and Access Bank. Okay, Stanbic IBTC Bank and Access Bank. These are offers that people would have rushed and said, wow, no, let me just know. But he said no. And what is the deal breaker? Simply because they wanted him to be resuming to the office. During our internship program, he had been exposed to remote work. That was how we worked throughout. That's how we've always been working. And he was just like, wow, I didn't know this is possible. I'm not going to take anything less. This is a young graduate, recent graduate, no experience, nothing. But he had value to add. He was an entrepreneur. He is, because he still is. He's an entrepreneur, not just an employee. Do you understand? And that is what we're trying to make happen. So you can make your decisions, you can set your own rules, and people will be happy to abide by those rules. You are not, will they take me? Will they not take me? You are not worried about that, because if they don't take you, you can create value by yourself. Okay, you are seeking an opportunity to create value for them, and they say they don't want, then you create that value for yourself. You understand? For example, don't let me give you that example, but there are people that I'm trying to do stuff for them, like, because I know I can help them, I can, and then when I see that they are not, these are people that are far ahead of me, and I want to set them, I want to control. When I see that, why this thing I want to do for them, I can do it for myself now. So no problem, let them go. Do you understand? So I'm not begging anybody for opportunities. I'm not helping out. Please, will you take me? Will you not? You need to leave that level. Okay, do you understand? And how do you live that level? It is by adding value to yourself through personal transformation. Okay, so I've given you some examples of how I'm implementing, some personal transformation strategies in my own life. And like I told you again before, nobody can tell you what to do. They can only tell you what they are doing, and from there you get insight on how to apply the principles. You are not taking the practices directly, you are taking the principles and customizing them to your own life. So how did all of this start? It started in 2022. I mean, this is my new being born again process. This is my new level. It started in 2022, November 2022, when I locked myself up somewhere for 40 days. Okay, it was actually 60 days then. Okay, and then after then, I've been doing this for 40 days every year. And then from time to time, I have some times that I just lock myself up, the way a caterpillar will spin a cocoon around itself. And one of the things that happened, okay, did I say November 2022? It was November 2021. Yes, November 2021. Then one of the things that happened after then was, okay, I wrote my obituary. And that is one of the things that you are going to do. I've written my own, so there's nothing scary about it. Everybody is going to die. If you truly want personal transformation, it's a powerful exercise. Start with your life plan. That one is easy. Everybody is happy to write life plan. But obituary, people say, no, do I want to die? Go to philipamiola.org/obit. I made my own public so that everybody can see it and see that what I'm asking you to do, I've done it. And if you go to my Twitter profile, I still call it Twitter, they say it is now X. Okay, if you go to my X profile, my handle is Philip Amiola. Okay, if you go to x.com/Philip Amiola, you will see that is at least at the time of making this presentation, that is the pinned thread. I have a thread, you will see it there. And then if you also go to philipamiola.org/obit, you will see it there. So I wrote it, okay, what after I am gone, what will my life look like? What will people say about me? What kind of, and then I realized that, see, if I continue all these things that I'm doing, okay, doing this here, doing that here, no focus and all, forget it. I will help a lot of people, yes, but am I fulfilling my own destiny? Okay, am I doing the things I really want to do? That was when I decided, you know what? Until I achieve this particular goal, there is a big goal I've set for myself. Until I achieve this particular goal, okay, I am not going to go outside 3-kilometer radius of my house. And I also put myself under some other strict conditions. Like, it's almost as if you are in prison. It's almost like putting oneself in prison, okay, or putting oneself under house arrest. And that is the kind of thing you need to do. If you want to be truly free, you have to place restrictions around yourself, but you are the one that is choosing those restrictions. If you don't choose the restrictions yourself, the world will force a restriction on you, because we are all prisoners. It is the kind of prison that each person is in that is different. Some people are in the prison of they don't have a job. Okay, they need somebody to employ. They are looking up to somebody to give them a job to employ them. Some people are in the prison of addiction. They are addicted to a particular thing. They cannot break that addiction. Some people are, people are imprisoned by various things, and people are enslaved by various things. Just like even Paul, he said that I am a born slave of Christ. Okay, so he chose to be enslaved to. So you have to choose what will enslave you. If you don't choose something that will enslave you, you don't choose the restrictions that you want to set for yourself, you are going to be restricted in life. But when you set your own restrictions, then you become unlimited. Like I can tell you now, by the grace of God, I am unlimited. Nothing and nobody can stop me. I do what I want to do, that God has called me to do. I am free. And that is freedom. The quote I read to you from Aristotle, he said, freedom is obedience to self-formulated rules. And Jesus Christ says that if the Son shall set you free, you shall be free indeed. And when he said that, the Jews were like, what do you mean we shall be free? We have never been slaves to anyone. We are children of Abraham. And that is exactly how many people speak, especially Christians. They will be making confessions. Confessions are powerful. It's one of the things I will teach you personally, in a practical way. I do it. But you need to understand. Now, but many Christians, they will just make, I shall now die. I believe that some of you are even thinking that when I say write obituary, I will not die but live to. Yes, you will not die. You will live. But there is a way to go about it. Now, they will just be saying things they don't even understand. They don't know how to make it happen. Somebody that is sick, and you say, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? Say, I am strong. I am strong. You are feeling sick. If you are feeling sick, say you are feeling sick. It doesn't mean you are sick. I am sick. It's different from I am feeling sick. Don't say I am sick, because you are feeling sick. You are feeling. It's not a bad confession. It's the fact. You understand? There is fact, there is truth. The truth can supersede. In fact, it's not even the truth can. The truth always supersedes the fact, yes. But it does not cancel the fact. If the fact is there, you understand? The truth is that, yes, you have been healed by the stripes of Jesus. Okay, God has created systems in your body, processes that can help you get back to health. And there are provisions He has made, medicine and a number of other provisions that can restore you. Yes. Okay, but the fact is, right now you are feeling sick. Say it is not. Do you understand? So what I'm saying is that, so when Jesus said that, oh, if the Son sets you free, you shall be free indeed, and all of that, and then the Jews were like, oh, we have never been slaves to anyone, and they were saying, and Jesus said, anybody that is enslaved by sin is a slave to sin, and He explained all of that. And that's another concept. Anything that causes you to fall short of God's plan and purpose for your life, what you know you can achieve, you are not achieving it, that thing is a sin. Because the Bible says that he that knows to do good and does not do it, to him is sin. And the Bible says that we have all sinned and fall short of the glory of God. So there are standards that God expects us to meet. And you can think you are doing well, but God is looking at you and saying, there is much more that this person can do. I wish he would expand. I wish he would expand. Now, whatever is preventing you from doing that is a sin to you. For example, now I have some friends that every time they just want to gist, and then there's nothing wrong with gisting, but when it is too much, you just lose productivity, and that is prevent. So for me, that kind of gisting is a sin. I've cut them off. You understand? So, but those that, okay, you speak with them, you get energized, you get fired up for the next goal and all of that. Do you get it? So you cannot make those kind of decisions when you are still working from the socialized mind. You have to move to the self-authoring mind, and then from the self-authoring mind, you now need to move to the self-transforming mind. And that's the powerful concept that I learned from some of my mentors that I'm going to introduce to you, okay, in the course of the internship. Now, I think we've said enough for now about personal transformation part. So the second thing that we want to help you achieve, so I said the first thing is we want you to be born again, to be transformed, to become the kind of person that can achieve what you are looking to achieve. And the second thing is we want to help you to make money, okay? Why? Because you need to be free to do what you truly want to do in your heart. Some people are looking for certain jobs, not because that's the kind of job they really want, but because they feel, okay, at least they need to keep body and soul together, or that's the kind of job that will pay well, and all of that, and they just take anything. But when you know that you are not depending on your job for money, you can take any job and be happy. Do you understand? So how can you make money on your own? The people you are looking up to pay you salaries, they are human beings like you. They don't have two heads. You understand? And some of them are even very young people that, when I look at some, let's leave that now. But the point is that whatever those people are doing, those people that you expect them to pay you a salary, okay, why can't you also decide that you will be paying yourself a salary? There's nothing wrong in getting a job, getting paid a salary. No, there's nothing wrong with it. But you have to also grow to a point, okay, where you can generate that salary yourself and you can generate much more. That's the goal. That's why at the Plenipotent Company, even for our core team members, everybody should have their own business. The fact that you are working in the company, you have your own business, you are still working in the company, and there is no conflict of interest there. We don't call it private practice. In fact, we get projects as a company and we give it to team members to implement as their personal project, and we support them through the process. You understand? Because we want to help you to make money, and I'm telling you, we have the step-by-step process to help you make at least 1 million naira within 90 days. We have marked it out, we have done it before, okay, and we can easily do it again. When we explain the process to you, you will be surprised that How come I did not see it before? Is it this easy? Is it this simple? And we are doing the hard work. You will just do the easy part of the work. And you are doing it for yourself. You understand? We want you to, by the time you finish the internship program, after the probation period, the next 90 days after that probation period, we want you to have at least 1 million naira extra income in your account. We're not going to pay you salaries, but we're going to give you things to do to help you generate money by yourself. Do you understand? And every month, the person that will earn the least, if you do what we're asking you to do and you meet your KPIs, and they are simple, just like the Bible says that, okay, oh son of man, what does God require of you? He said, God does not place any heavy burden on you, but to do righteousness, simple things, you understand? And Jesus also said that my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Yes, there is a yoke to carry, there is a burden to carry, but it is easy and it is light. Do you understand? And we're going to explain to you. And there is no compulsion, there is everything is you choose whether you want to do it or you don't want to do it. And we even work remotely. We have ROE in place, result only work environment. We are not saying you must resume this time, close this time. There is a lot of flexibility. So there is nothing to lose, absolutely nothing to lose. We only ask that you also should be ready to invest in yourself the way we are ready to invest in you. That is why we're going to be giving you access to some courses. We've already given you access to free courses, books, and all of that. But there are some of them that you are going to pay for because you need to have skin in the game. You need to invest in yourself. And I have told you, you will make at least 1 million naira in 90 days if you do what we're asking you to do and you meet your KPIs. Do you understand? So there's no amount of money we ask you to pay that will be, outrageous. Now, some of our courses, for example, we have our website development course, which is 180,000 naira. But because you are going through the internship, we'll give you opportunity to take it for 3,900. And any course that we're asking you to pay for, that is the maximum you are going to pay for this cohort, for this September 2024 cohort. It can change later, but if you join this cohort, any course we're asking you to take is either you get it for free or you pay a maximum of 3,900 naira. Now, it's like coming to school. I've explained that in my first overview. It's like going to school. You have to pay school fees, okay? Maybe you can get a scholarship, okay, and all of that. Yes, we have given you scholarship. That's why you are getting a lot of things for free or very cheap. But you still have to put in the work and you still have to buy textbooks and all of that, even, you understand. Okay, so that is what we're doing. So we're going to have compulsory courses. Okay, all of you have either been to the university or a higher institution. Okay, so you know the difference between compulsory courses, required courses, and elective courses. Okay, so we have compulsory and required courses, and then we have electives. Now, the compulsory courses include our website development course. And why is that important? It's not because we want you to be building websites. No. Yes, we build websites and that's one of the ways to make money, yes. But that is not why we want you to take the website development course. Now, it's a powerful way to integrate a lot of skills and to create new neural pathways in your brain that will prepare you for a lot of other things, because you get to develop problem-solving skills. You encounter some things that you did not see in the tutorials you watched and you want to figure it out yourself. You go on YouTube, you search, you go on Stack Overflow, you search, and then you figure it out and you are happy. You understand? You know you are growing. You understand? We want you to do something challenging because that is how to grow, something that you have not done before. And we're going to give you access to the course for just 3,900 naira. Then the second compulsory course is our bootcamp, remote work bootcamp, and that one is 100,000. But because you are participating in the internship program, you only pay 3,900, and you will make your money back over and over and over and over and over again, and you will continue making it back for life because we'll show you the process, we'll show you what to do, and we even help you through it. Now, some of you have said, cost of web hosting is so high and all of that. We understand. You can get your web hosting account without paying for it by yourself. There's a strategy called OPM. I learned that in secondary school, School of Science in Ife. That was the secondary school I attended. There was this, I used to go to the library a lot. Okay, so I picked up this book and then I was there. So I saw OPM. I said, what is that? I've been learning about how to make money for a long time. Okay, money is not the most important thing, but you need to make money so that you can be free to focus on the most important things. And that is what we're trying to do for you. We want you to make money and we want you to know how to make it, not expecting somebody to pay you. You are the one making it yourself, so you can ask for your rights. Just like Laban and Jacob. Jacob knew that it was very useful to Laban, so he could set his terms. He could say, this is what I want. And then Laban will say, please don't go. Okay, what do you want? And then they will negotiate again. Laban was trying to cheat him at every point, but Jacob was always outsmarting Laban because he was the one that had the productivity power. Laban did not have it. And then God's blessing was upon his life, upon Jacob's life, because he was a productive individual. The same thing with Joseph. But many people are not productive. If you are productive, God's blessing will be upon your life and you will have unique advantage that even your employers cannot resist. And that is what we want to make happen. We have already granted some of you access to the website development course. Just use the coupon code that we provided. Once you use that coupon code, you will be able to access the course for just 3,900 naira instead of paying 180,000. And that course alone, I'm telling you, I've built a website. This was as far back as 2018. Now I don't build websites again. Other people do it in the company. But I've built a personal website. I built it personally, and I built it overnight. And guess how much? 1.2 million naira for a website that I built overnight. I had a meeting in Lagos. I went from Ibadan. I slept in one of my friend's houses. I stayed with him in Magodo, and I had a meeting in Alausa. Okay, so that night, while I was in their house, that was when I did the project overnight before the morning, going for my meeting, and it was 1.2 million. 2018. So you can even imagine now. Do you understand? So you need skills that can help you to do powerful things. I mentioned earlier, a powerful project we worked on, a high-level recruitment project. Okay, a recruitment project for a senior executive role in a big organization, major organization in this country, and we wanted to publish the adverts on all of the regular job platforms, Indeed and the rest of them. But the details of that advert, the kind of role it is, those platforms don't have provisions for it. And we actually tried, we published it on some of them, but the kind of people we're looking for, they did not see it. You understand? They could not. So we were not getting any results. But they wanted us to do newspaper adverts and also online adverts. So, but there was no platform that was suitable for the online adverts. So we created a platform. Now, if we don't have those website development skills and all of that, we wouldn't be able to do that. Do you understand? So all of these skills that we're asking you to learn, they are means to an end, not an end in themselves. So depending on your batch, some of you will take that website development course first, and then the boot camp next. Then some of you will take the boot camp first, and then the website development course next. Those are the compulsory courses. Now, the electives, if you go to virtualmentor.com.ng, you will see different kinds of courses. Okay, video production, course creation, a lot of things. Now, it is not about those things. Those things are just to equip you with a lot of tools, so that in your role, whatever your role is, maybe you are an accountant, you are a lawyer, you can apply those skills, and we will show you how those skills will help you to stand out regardless of whatever job you want to get. And what we are doing here is we are giving you some very foundational things that will make you stand out as an excellent candidate. You can decide to work on your own. You can decide to work in an organization. Whatever it is you want to do, whether you're a doctor, you're an accountant, a lawyer, whatever it is. Once you spend 6 months in the internship program and you have gone through everything, you did all of your work well and all of that, I will personally recommend you. Whether you want to enter anywhere you want to enter, I will personally recommend you and say that, this person, this and this and this and this are the things this person has done. This person will be an asset to your organization. Take him, take her. And by God's grace, every single person that I've recommended, they have been taken. Every single person. I have 100% success rate. The only person that was not taken is the person that sent me a message and said, I'm sorry that you recommended me. I cannot take the job again. Okay, can you tell them that? And I'm like, I did not reply that message. If you are not taking the job again, you are the one that will tell them yourself now. Why are you asking me to? Do you understand? And the person has some good reasons, family issues and all of that, which I don't have control over. So that's the only person. But and it's not like they took her. She's the one that says she's not doing again. Do you understand? So it's up to you. We are here to serve you, and we are investing a lot in you, but you also have to invest in yourself. You have to have skin in the game. You have to demonstrate that commitment. So we have only 2 compulsory courses. All of the other courses are electives. Okay, that means you can decide. If you are interested in video production, for example, you can take that, and we give you the code. No matter how much any course that we offer is, you will not pay more than 3,900 to access it. And there are only 2 that are compulsory. The boot camp, which is a 5-day online coaching program, is not even just a course. You will have access to a number of courses and other things. And then that website development course also. Okay, so those are the only 2 things that are compulsory. And you can do it. You can decide to just do one. You can decide to do the 2. It's up to you. But we are only going to admit at the end of the day, and we're starting by September, the first Monday in September. Okay, that's when we are kicking off fully. Okay, and we're going to admit, everybody will receive their admission letter, okay, before the, first week of September. Okay, so that's when we're starting fully. And we have now decided that we're not taking more than 60 people. We can take less, but they will not be more than 60 people. And we are only taking those that respond between now and 12 noon on Thursday. And we're taking the first 60 people to enroll in either the remote work bootcamp or the website development course. Okay, so once you do one of those 2, you know that yes, we give you the chance to proceed. All of the assignments that we have given you, we still have to complete them. So if you know you are not going to complete the assignments, don't bother proceeding. because those assignments are for your own personal and professional development. You are still going to complete them, but we're saying that, you know what, even if you have not completed them, come in first. As long as you are ready to do the work, you are ready to invest in yourself, we'll give you a chance. Okay, so if you know that from everything you have seen and heard, okay, John said that, okay, we're talking about the things that we have seen and heard and our hands have handled. So we have shown you these things. And see, the last time I had a session like this, we had over 600 applicants. Now look at it. You can see it by yourself, 1,219 candidates. So we have over 1,500 applicants, but out of them, 1,219 commenced the pre-screening process. 1,219. So how do you want to stand out? Do you understand? So you need to put in the effort, and if you put in the effort and you don't make the first 60, we can schedule you for the next batch or the next cohort. But if you want to make it in this cohort, you have to either enroll in the website development course or the bootcamp, depending on which one we have asked you to enroll in. We have given you free access to remote job success course. We have given you access to the Digipreneurs Companion. Those of you that don't have it yet, you will still have it because you are in different batches. Okay, each cohort has different batches, but you are one cohort, different batches. Okay, so what you need to do now is just to take one simple action. Go to the emails that have been sent to you. You will see that you have been asked to either enroll in the professional website development course, how to build professional websites without coding, or you have been asked to enroll in the remote work bootcamp. You would have been asked to enroll in one of those two. So just do that, okay, before 12 noon on Thursday. Once you do that and you are among the first 60 people, then you proceed with the cohort. Don't worry about whether you'll be one of the first 60 people or not. Just make sure that you complete one of those actions. Either you enroll in the website development course or you enroll in the remote work bootcamp before 12 noon on Thursday. Once you do that, you can be sure that you will have a place. The worst that can happen is you will not join this cohort, you will join the next cohort. And if we have enough people that, okay, and they show enthusiasm, we can do what universities do. You know, they release supplementary admission lists. You understand? So the point is that just make up your mind and take action. Enroll in one of those courses. Okay, one is a course, the other is a bootcamp. So enroll in one of them, and once you have done that, we'll give you the chance to proceed because you have demonstrated a commitment to your own personal and professional development. Because you can't keep helping people, giving them everything, and then they themselves are not showing commitment. Do you understand? That's the point. Okay, I believe that you've got tremendous value from this. Feel free to post in the comments. You can also complete our feedback form. All of these things, people will reach out and say, oh, is this one mandatory? Is that one mandatory? Nothing is mandatory. It is your life. You understand? We are not doing anything for us. If we say complete feedback form, in the process of completing the feedback form, you are thinking. Then you also show yourself as someone that wants to contribute, someone that wants to create value, because the feedback is useful for us, yes, but it is also useful for you because you have to reflect on what you have learned. And John Maxwell said something. He said that reflective thinking turns experience into insight. Okay, that's a lot of people just listen to stuff, watch videos, read books, but their lives are not changing because they are not reflecting on those things. So they are not getting the insight that they need to change their lives. So when you are completing feedback form, you are reflecting and you are getting insight, and then you're also making a valuable contribution. So it's not mandatory, but it is recommended. Everything we ask you to do, nothing is mandatory. It's your life. You can decide if you want to progress or if you want to remain where you are. And like I've often said, when you want to do something, you will find a way. When you don't want to do it, you will find an excuse. So it's up to you to decide. All the best.